righty. We'll call this meeting to order, and first thing on the agenda is we'll please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Can I have a roll call, please?
Hold on 1 second. Right. Mayor Terry Wycombe,
Here.
Vice Chair Jacqueline Wells. Here. Councilmember Andrew Burke.
Here.
Councilmember Daryl Garvin.
Here.
Councilmember Jabari Martinez.
Here.
Councilmember Linda Smith. Councilmember Chris Weisenberg.
Here. All righty. This special session is to considering entering into an agreement for the Rochelle Ranch Golf Course restaurant. Has everybody had a chance to look over the paperwork?
Not yet.
We'll give you a couple minutes and.
Well, I can make a motion, we can discuss it.
Okay.
Yeah. Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion that we that we enter into an agreement for the Rochelle Ranch Golf Course restaurants starting April 14th, 2021 and continue until April 13th, 2022.
I'll second that for purpose of discussion.
There's been a motion made and seconded to enter into a, let's see, did you have that?
Yeah, I had all of it.
Sorry. A motion to enter into an agreement for the Rochelle Ranch Golf Course restaurant starting April 14th, 2021 and continuing until April 13th, 2022. Is there any, is there a second?
Second.
Okay,
For
I'm sorry.
purpose of discussion.
I've had a day. Any discussion?
No, all in favor?
Okay.
No,
Now we're going to have a discussion first. Yeah.
Could I do a little introduction?
Yes, you may.
And just for, the community if they're, for those that are listening and whatnot. So just to start off, I apologize for, the short notice and asking to do a special meeting this evening. Just to let you know, we did get all of everything in on time with the posting in the newspaper to social media, all those outlets, and everything was done correctly there. The reason we wanted to do this quickly is that we had a restaurant express interest, which is Tina and Jeff Kramer, which are the owners of Cappy's Incorporated. So we were really excited that a local business with a track record of success would like to come to the golf course. I think that there's potentially a lot of good things that could come from having them take over the restaurant. For one, I have to give Kevin, our golf pro, huge props for trying to run a golf course and also running a restaurant. That is like an impossible task to do perfectly, and he's done an excellent job. But with someone like Tina and Jeff, I think they can really elevate the golf course. I think that it'll give Kevin the opportunity to do golf pro stuff, focus in a lot more on that, be able to provide more lessons, bring more people to the golf course. And then also having a successful business owner come in there, I think has the potential to bring more golfers to us and have it be more of a community place that we have more people going over there because they're excited to go see the restaurant. So anyway, it was exciting to hear that they were interested, and they were really excited to be able to potentially open up at the same time that the golf course is opening up this Friday. So that's kind of why we wanted to see if we could help that happen. So when people come to golf, here's the restaurant and they're ready to go. So that was the purpose of kind of doing it quickly. So is there
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So if I may, I created this highlight because I knew maybe not all of you had the opportunity to read through the whole document. The restaurant concessionaire agreement is something that was put together a few years ago when we did have a restaurant or a concessionaire in the city. And so that was actually super helpful to us because we had a template basically to use and fill in the blanks essentially with what the concessionaires have proposed. So here, if I could, I'll just go through the highlights here and then maybe that'll open it up for a good discussion. So this would be a one-year agreement. It would start April 14th, 2021 to the subsequent year. They would be open during the golf season, and then they would like to be open during the holiday season to do some holiday parties and that sort of thing. They want to be open every day of the week from 8 o'clock a.m. to 8 p.m. And I think that is a really good thing because they could do breakfast and it's late enough where they can do dinner and stay open long enough for those people that are there a little bit later. So I think that's a good idea. Some of the key responsibilities of the city would be the maintenance, equipment, and repair of the concession cart, structural and mechanical components such as like the roof, walls, foundation, heating, plumbing, electrical, things that we already take care of. Furnishings and equipment, examples would be providing servingware, cookware, related kitchen, dining room, and dispensing room items. Broken or worn out items. If any of the above mentioned items break, then the concessionaire would notify the Parks and Rec director to have items replaced. We would continue just like we do to pay our utilities such as gas, electric, water, sewer, solid waste pickup and disposal, Wi-Fi, television. And then also in order for the city to maintain oversight of the liquor license, we would continue to pay the taxes and associated fees. And then the concessionaire would provide a monthly gross sales and the city would bill them for the associated taxes. And then also we would need to designate the concessionaire as someone that can actually sell liquor with our license. And then the responsibilities on their end would be a $1,200 a month usage fee, which covers a lot of things we just talked about to be able to cover the basic costs of a lot of those stuff. They would do an inspection of the facilities to ensure that they're happy with what they're seeing, it's in good condition when they're taking that over. They said that they would like to completely take care of the restrooms and maintenance, and they said that you could even go eat in there, it'll be that clean. So they will do a good job with that. Maintenance of equipment, they would clean the grease traps, hoods, filters, just the normal operations of running a restaurant. They're going to keep up with those sorts of things. They would ensure proper sanitation procedures are followed. They're of course responsible for their own bookkeeping and sale of product. They would carry liability and workers' compensation insurance, and we'll seek approval for advertisements at the premises. So if they want to put up here's our menu and they want to stick it up on the wall, they'll come and say, hey, is this okay, before they do it. So those are some of the key things, and hopefully that opens it up for any questions, comments, discussion.
DeBari?
Mr. Mayor, I just want to thank these people for stepping up to the plate. I think they're going to do a good job. They're local. They've been in that kind of business. I've known them all my life, being that they lived here. I've known their family background in the restaurant. I think this contract is a good contract, and I appreciate them doing the work.
I'll go ahead.
I think it's a solid contract. I think it's going to be good overall for, we don't have to do it anymore.
Yeah, for sure would like to thank Tina and Jeff for stepping up and taking this role on and taking the responsibility of that it is much needed and a break off the city and the golf pro out there for sure. With that, I just have a couple questions on some of the components in this contract here. I just want to know penalty for an early termination. Is there such for that if something was to happen?
So there is a default, a term of, or on default, and they do not remedy the default. There is a liquid damages assessment of 4 months of the usage fees.
Okay, and then is there an option for shorter or extended hours during that period of time? 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. like sales falls short, they could close earlier if it's not busy, or say it's busier than after 8, can they stay open longer?
So currently, they want to start off with the 8 to 8 and monitor it. I believe he indicated he'd at least like to see 30 to 45 days of operations to determine before he changes or modifies his hours. But obviously that has been discussed, and clearly no one wants to operate a business that doesn't have customers. So that's something he'll bring back to Jason, and then Jason will bring to the city manager.
One more thing, Mr. Mayor, I want to thank you for stepping in a little early to get this started. I was surprised, I'll have to say that. I didn't have a clue what was going on, but after I was told what took place, I'm happy that everybody got involved right away and we got this done.
Mayor,
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to add a couple two things, I guess. Now that I know that there's a damage clause or a non-performing, or a clause to cover non-performance, I'm satisfied. I do want to say that I am extremely happy to receive their interest in this. I expect exciting things from them because they have been in the community for a long time. This contract is similar to what we have offered out in the other instances, so I want people in the public to be comfortable with that knowledge, that we're not creating anything new for anyone that's stepping up this way. So with that said, I also would like to know or confirm, I guess, I know that we asked out to receive other bids, and I don't think we have received anything from anyone else either, but I'd like to know that.
We have not received anything else, and we currently have it posted as just open until filled.
Okay, yeah, but that's what I wanted to know. Thank you so much. And I fully support this.
Councilman Durst?
I'm gonna just jump on and say thank you to everybody. I know there's been some time put in to get this together, and just thank you to everybody. This is awesome. I think this is exciting, and I just want to jump on that this is really cool bandwagon because this is great. I think this is, they clearly know what they're doing. It's not like this is, no idea what to expect, right?
Yeah.
So again, thank you to everybody who's been working on this, and this is great. Thank you.
It is kind of the pitch to be in such a hurry and have to have special meetings, but these folks are so intense on opening up on Friday, the same day as the golf course, because I think they realize both successes depend on each other. I was amazed when I got the call saying, hey, there are other people interested, because we lost money running it ourselves. Here we're going to make some money. Plus, they insisted on cleaning the bathrooms and supplying the paper, and that's an expense of its own. And they really they were really intense about doing that. They're very serious about doing it right, and we couldn't get better people.
Mayor, I have one question.
Yes.
I know when our kids went in, they had gone clean the green stops and do a large number of repairs. what is the condition of that chicken at this time? Has anybody inspected it?
Linda, what the situation was is, I know the hood's clean. I'm not sure about the grease trap. But the agreement is they will be clean when Kramer's take over. So they don't have to pay for the cleaning of somebody else's mess. But after that, it is their responsibility to clean it. And I don't know, does anybody, did you get that far to look at the grease trap?
So I believe that Jeff was going to look at it today. I was going to join him. We did not connect, so I'm not sure if he made it out there or not as far as the grease trap goes, but he's going to inspect it and then get a hold of me so we can take care of it. So they come into it, clean. They're not coming into a dirty deep grease trap. The range hood and filters have been inspected and cleaned, so that's already taken care of. And then our crew went out today and cleaned out the refrigerator and the freezer and all the old product that was in there. So that's all clean and ready to go for them as well.
Okay,
So,
good.
So every 6 months, there's maintenance required on a kitchen hood of it being cleaned and inspected, right? So with that being said, they are taking on that role and responsibility of paying that, or the city is?
Well, they're under the lease, they are. So when they
Okay.
take over possession of it, it should be ready to go. We'll verify that. And once they are accepting of the premises and they have been cleaned, they will then take over that responsibility until the end of the contract.
All right, thank you.
Is there any further discussion?
I have a couple questions. On the $1,200 a month usage, currently, what are the hours for the restaurant?
It's 8 to 8.
No, currently, what is it open now?
You mean last year?
Yeah, last year.
Last
What?
year, what I understand, it was open from like 11 to, I'm not sure how late.
6, I
but-
think.
6 maybe?
But there was
Maybe.
no breakfast. I know that was brought up.
7,
Yeah,
11 to
it's like
7.
Well, it was fluctuated hours is how they ran it, a lot of
Nobody's there,
times.
they close it,
There's a lot of times it was 6 o'clock at night or 7 o'clock at night,
In the discussion with Jeff and Tina, they want to start this at 8 to 8 because they want to serve breakfast and whatnot, make it a destination, more of a restaurant with just, they want to run a restaurant. And then they will, watch and see what their most effective hours are. And then, I'm sure they'll come back for approval to change them, but, nobody wants them there for 2 hours waiting for somebody that didn't coming or whatever, but
Right.
they will open for the special, tournaments and such like that too. They know they have to or they don't have to, but they want to participate in those also.
Okay.
And, I think.
The reason I was asking is, with the longer hours, this $1,200 a month, is it going to cover the extra gas, electric, water use? Are we going to stay in the green with this, or is this going to put us over that, where we're in the negative?
Jason, do you want to talk to that one a little bit? I know Jason did a ton of kind of researching, crunching numbers to see what this would potentially cost us, those sorts of maintenance stuff, and that dollar amount right there was within reason of what it would cost. And it is a little bit difficult to figure this out because we already are paying for, that sort of a service anyway, and so they're taking a little portion of that. You know what I mean? But the
Right.
1,200 is it's reasonable for the cost.
Because I was just thinking, right now we're probably mostly closed with the building, and if we're going to be mostly open, all those costs are going to go up. And the golf course already runs, pretty high deficit. So if we can not make that worse, would be my biggest concern with this.
The good news is, for the most part, when they are open, the Rochelle Ranch Golf Course is already open. We're already heating the hallways, the restrooms, the common areas, and the pro shop. And there's no way to really cordon off the restaurant, so that's being heated as well. So
Okay.
essentially, that's an
It's
amazing,
all one
that's a
system.
great question, but during the golf season, it should be very nominal, because you're already doing that.
Okay.
It is a unique situation, Daryl. There is only like 1 meter for gas and electric in that building, and there's nothing to separate the two is the reason it's all included like that, I'm sure.
Is there,
One other thing that wasn't mentioned also is, this is this year's contract.
Right.
And there was discussion that if they do well, then we can probably add like a percentage of the sales or such like that. They weren't open to it this year because it's a tremendous initial investment as well as there's risk involved. But this is, I want you all to know this is a starting spot.
Oh, sorry.
Dabari?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, I just want to say that I think that when there's changes to be made, whether it's how long they want to stay open or, I don't think it's necessary that we conduct a meeting. We turn it over to the manager and he can tell us what changes are going to be made, unless it's something to do with increasing the rent or something to that effect. We don't need to have a special meeting for run that. I think I have faith in the staff and the city manager to, and our city attorney to keep an eye on this contract. And I just wanted to mention that.
Sure.
I'm totally comfortable with this contract. And if we need some changes, I'm sure that Sean will bring them to us, or if we have to negotiate with him on anything, he could let us know.
Vice Mayor Wells?
We're also going to be saving money because the last couple of years we've been trying to run this ourselves. So we're actually going to be winning, I think.
That
in the end.
if we can get close to zero, that's the negative numbers. I hate to even say it, but the negative numbers was huge. Like we lost 20-some thousand dollars running it ourselves. And you take this golf pro and you make him cook, and so therefore the other half of the business didn't get treated perfectly either. I mean, did amazing job. I'm not trying to take away from the guy, but
You can only do so much.
how many?
I
Yeah.
think the key point too is that this is a previous contract with minimal changes, right? So the lease agreement of the amount paid is the same as what it was prior.
right.
So and that was noted. I think that was, so the utilities, all that was probably considered at that point in time from prior usage too, so.
Well, I wouldn't say that maybe they were wrong on the previous agreement. Maybe
Yeah.
they should have changed it a while back to reflect the correct numbers for cost to run the place. So that's just my biggest concern. I love the idea. I definitely want somebody in there. I just want to make sure that,
I'm with,
Well,
I understand.
let's watch this for a year. Let's do this.
It's a starting
Let's
point.
watch it for a year. If they do what I think they can do, they'll be able to stay in business and pay us more. My concern is just having somebody there. If we're going to fix this golf course, having a really good concessionaire out there is probably one of the biggest steps.
And I think the thing that they ran a restaurant before, people in the community know who they are. They'll be going out to visit with them or to get something to eat. And I think it's going to work. I really do. And so, having said that, I'd call for the question.
All righty, can you open up online voting?
Can I ask one more thing before you call the question?
Well, the question's already been called for.
Don't you have to vote on the question?
No.
If you're gonna call.
If you call a question, we have to stop and vote. Sorry, Linda.
Okay.
is comment closed?
Yep, it's time to vote. What it is when somebody says I call for the question, then
We
that,
discussed it already.
then all discussion ceases and you vote. That's our Robert Rules of Order.
The point of order, we have to vote on He calls for the question, we vote on the question, on whether the question goes to the vote. So we vote on him calling the question, then we vote on the motion. Is that correct?
Okay.
Because,
Let's
well,
vote.
the only reason I know this is because it was
Yeah,
used to
but-
stifle discussion in the
Yeah.
past, and so I made sure to find out how to stop that.
I understand. Okay.
So-
Yeah. you-
All right.
you
Well,
can say
I've
yes.
never really had that happen that much. Normally, where I've been around, they didn't do
Sure,
it that way.
it really
but
is.
I'm not saying if that's right or wrong, but, okay, so let's vote on whether to vote, call the question. So how you want to do that? Poll us, I guess?
You want me to call everybody's name?
Yeah.
Great.
And this is yes if you want to vote and
Okay.
no if you want to keep going.
Do you understand what's going on, Derek?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we vote no, then she can ask her
Yes,
question.
she can talk.
Okay. So Mayor Whitenberg?
Yes.
All right. Vice Mayor Wells?
No.
Councilmember Durst?
No.
Councilmember Garner?
No.
Councilmember Martinez?
Yes.
And Councilmember Smith?
This is just for calling the question.
I'm gonna say no.
And Councilmember Weisenberg?
No.
All right, so the noes carries, 5 noes and 2 yeas.
All right. So there must be more discussion. Who's next? Linda? Councilman Smith?
I wanted to address the utilities, because I think Darrell has brought up the point. But what I'd like to say is this, that we have to keep all of those electrical, all the utilities on, heat, gas, lights, anyway, no matter who is renting or not renting the premises there for restaurants and bars. And so, what I think, this is going to add $1,200 per month that we did not have before, so that's a win. Eventually, we can look at prorating those out if the business does really well and we want to renegotiate, or we come to some agreement with the framers, then we can start apportioning out what we think per square foot for utilities are in those 2 rooms in the bathroom. But the bathrooms are also used by the public, so maybe that's something we have to keep on our radar, not to take out of use for our patrons that's for the golf course. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of shore that up a little bit of post, because I don't want them, we're having to pay for it now, but we can probably recoup it in the future. And so I think right now, this contract will do nothing but help us get folks down there. It will, we'll be getting some money for just that we aren't getting now. And I was never given a figure of $20,000 loss on what was done by the city. I was told it was $3,000 after everything shook out. I'd have to go revisit what I think Mr. Sanger, the council person, he got all of those figures for us. And we were given a report by the city manager, and I never heard of a $20,000 loss. It was a $3,000 loss due to inventory buying. And so I just wanted to let everybody know that. And I hope that, this thing, we're trying to support new businesses in Rollins. We are trying to particularly promote family businesses, places of fun. And I think this fits right into a long-term goal. At least the other folks that I'm working with down area, downtown areas are promoting all of the restaurants. And so I'd like to get them on our market plan if we can, and go from there. But I just wanted to address the retail, because I think it's a good point, and I'm not trying to throw in cold water on what was said, but I just feel that we would have to pay those anyway. At some point in time, we need to, keep that in mind, but I don't want it to be a showstopper.
Wait,
I agree.
real quick, is there a clause in there if it rises above so much, it'll be assessed or something too, right? Just so we're all aware of it.
Outside of golf season, yes, for the holiday component, if there's an increase in the utility costs, yes, that is included in, I believe it's page 8.
All right, thank you.
I want to go back, Mayor, one go back thing on 8 to 8, we need to establish those hours for the liquor license. So that's why we have to do it in that regard, I think. Or how they branch out from for holiday parties and things that will have state cost. I'm not sure how that works, but I know the 8 to 8 will cover the liquor license requirements for the burning of the hours.
Any further discussion? Sean?
Just real quick, the $20,000 that we had mentioned before was just some rough, put together some rough numbers of looking at the cost of Kevin doing the golf restaurant and those sorts of things and additional help to run the restaurant. So I'm sure that somewhere between the numbers that we had before and what we had it's somewhere in that realm of we're not making money, basically.
So,
And we were never meant to go into the restaurant business, right?
I think it comes down to this. Do we want these people to take over running this restaurant on Friday under this set of circumstances? Or do we want to have it empty? Or do we want to have somebody that shouldn't be cooking? I mean, those are the choices. That's a choice.
I have nothing further.
I don't know.
Is there anybody else? Please open in-person voting.
So how would you like me to do? Would you like me to do?
Just
a roll call?
roll call.
Do roll call? Okay. Mayor Terry Wycombe?
Wycombe? Yes.
Vice Mayor Jacqueline Wells? Yes. Councilmember Aaron Durst?
Yes.
Councilmember Davari Marquez?
Yes.
Councilmember Linda Smith?
yes,
Councilmember Chris Weisenberg?
Yes.
And Councilmember Darrell Gardner?
Yes.
Voting has ceased. It passes with 7 yeas.
Awesome. Thank you guys for taking your evening and coming here, and this meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, everybody. This is awesome. That's a pretty optimistic way to start that.
Well, I gotta tell you, on a scale of 1 to